I remember when Nate called me and asked me to be his best man. It was Saturday, March 10th. I was headed to the gym. Nate and Katie were headed to a bar. Nate told me, don't screw this up. You'll never get another chance. And he's probably right. I can't imagine somebody else is going to ask me to be their best man, especially after this speech. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Brooks. For those of you who do know me, I'm the person that always loves to joke around, and I'd love to stand up here and just roast Nate for an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, but I'm not going to do what everybody wants me to do and do that and tell some embarrassing stories about Nate. Like when he ran naked off the pier at Gasvoda's house into the lake. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to tell some crazy story to make Katie's family wonder if Nate's sane, like when he left a dead catfish on my parents' doorstep. A dead catfish. I'm not going to bring it up. I want to talk about it. But before I can talk about Nate, I need to talk about the Coolies, and more importantly, the Cooley household. If you guys had any idea of the parties that we had there in high school. Just kidding. But Albert, Julie, since we're on the topic, are you guys going out of town anytime soon? Let's see, let me look at my notes. All right, so Nate and I have been best friends since day one. We met at John Evans' birthday party, and we quickly found out that we had one thing in common. We love making fun of John Evans. And fun fact, I wrote the speech the day that Nate asked me to be his best man. I included John Evans in my speech. I found out later John Evans went on the guest list, so John Evans is my +1. So John Evans' family nickname was Spankster. You can't make that stuff up. Sorry, John, that was slipped. It just came out. And I'm so happy John's right in the front for this. So in high school I was shy, and I remember Nate would take me around and introduce me to new, crazy. Nate would bring me around and introduce me to new people, and I never forget we'd be standing in a group and I would mumble some funny comment to Nate, and instead of Nate saying, "Hey, Brooks just said this" to everybody, Nate would just repeat whatever I said louder to the group, and then they would all start laughing. So Nate's pulled my spotlight for years. This went on, I feel like, while I lurked in the shadows, both figuratively and literally. So Nate helped me to get out of my shell, and I owe him for that. I owe Nate for showing me how to treat strangers like friends. I owe Nate for showing me it's possible to always be happy. And I owe Nate for a surround sound stereo I kept when he moved out one time. Which I'm still not going to pay. I've always seen a world of potential in Nate. You know, he's been, like I said, my best friend since day one. I remember I grew really frustrated with Nate when I realized that, in my opinion, he wasn't living up to his potential, so I was mean to Nate. There's no punchline to that. I was just mean to Nate. And I kind of forced him to quit his long-term stagnant job, come move with me to Indy to hopefully work on bigger and better things, and Nate's accomplished so much. And I'm really happy to see Nate live the life that he was meant to do. And it's been really awesome. I've had the pleasure to get to know Katie when I stay at the Cooley Hotel when I come into town for India for the night. There's always lots of cats jumping on me when I'm sleeping. I wake up covered in hair, cat's hair in my mouth. Very disturbing. Luckily it's free, so I don't pay for it. I'm confident that you two are meant for each other. Nate, I'm happy that you met somebody to spend the rest of your life with. And I'd like to propose a toast to Katie, Nate, and Spankster. Cheers.
All right, thank you, Michael. Give it a round of applause for Michael Brooks. What a great speech. Okay, so I hope you're still thirsty. We got another toast coming from the brother of the group. Please welcome Nick Cooley. Come on up here, Nick. No, you gotta get it louder than that. Come on, it's the brother of the group. There we go. All right, so I want to touch base here real quick. I put mine on my phone so that it doesn't disappear. All right, it is, right? So first of all, a speech is a formal address delivered to an audience, which is what
those two were supposed to do. A toast is a call to a gathering of people to raise their glasses and drink together in honor of a person or a thing. They toasted, which is incorrect because I'm supposed to be given the toast. Well, I think I'm in a tux, which means I'm formal. But I was asked to give a toast, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. So, do I give something short and sweet or long and heartfelt? I'm not sure, so I'm going to go right in the middle. So this is the best brothers toast to my little brother. And I can say best brother because the competition, there is none. So for 27 months, life was great. I was the favorite son. I had all the toys, all the attention. There was nothing between me and my dreams. And then on June 1st, that all came crashing down when I became a big brother. It wasn't all bad, I promise. We had bunk beds. We shared the same toys. Our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection wasn't to be rivaled by anyone. We were pretty much best brothers. We got older, we had so many similarities. We were both president of FCCLA. We both became Eagle Scouts, but yet we were so far apart. One of the only similarities is we had the same nickname, which is Cooley, which to this day I'm still OG Cooley number 1.
But not the bad.
As we got older, our priorities started to grow further and further apart. I started young, he started late, but today we're right on top of each other. He gone and got married to a lifelong best friend, Katie, which I couldn't be more happy for. He has new brothers and sisters he can pester. And I have a new favorite sister-in-law. My kids have a new aunt. And more importantly, 2 families become 1. So please raise your glasses not only for the Hearns and for the Coolies, but more specifically to Nate and Katie. Coolies number 2. Dilly Dilly.
All right, give him a round of applause. Great speech. Great speech. Okay, we have a special speech lined up for the father of the bride, who's given me more instructions here than an IKEA dining room set. So this should be good. Please welcome. He's been the master of ceremony. Give